If you or someone you're close to has suffered a traumatic brain injury as a result of an accident, you may be curious as to how brain injury claims are evaluated or valued. My name is Kim Cullen, and I've been a practicing personal injury attorney in Florida for over 32 years. We've represented a bunch of people who've been involved in accidents where traumatic brain injury has been diagnosed. And the key to figuring out the valuation or the value of a traumatic brain injury case really has to do with a couple of factors. One is the type of testing and the results of the testing that are done regarding the brain injury. So there are a bunch of sophisticated tests, CT scans, MRIs, PET scans, a bunch of newer ones. They're coming out with new developments in that realm of medicine all the time. But those diagnostics are key to determining whether someone has a verifiable brain injury. One of the issues with brain injury is that insurance companies or defendants in lawsuits, they're pretty skeptical about brain injuries, particularly if a person doesn't have a massive fractured skull or some sort of a traumatic issue with their head. The people who pay these claims are very skeptical about them. So the second thing that helps determine the value of a traumatic brain injury case is a different kind of testing. It's more of a behavioral or functional testing. Typically, it's done by doctors called neuropsychologists. And those doctors apply a battery of tests, including IQ tests, some memory tests, a bunch of other ones that are really more complicated than probably we can discuss on this video. But through those tests that have been peer-reviewed and scientifically approved over the years, neuropsychologists can determine if someone has a functional brain injury. So even if a person doesn't have a massive brain bleed or something like that, they still can be diagnosed with a brain injury based on neuropsychological testing. And then the third thing that we often rely on when we're assessing the value of a brain injury case is, what do the people around them say about their behavioral changes, their functional changes, personality changes? Evidence that those type of people in their lives, and this could be coworkers, family, friends, the evidence that they provide is frequently the most impactful and moving evidence in a traumatic brain injury case. Evidence from a family member that a person's personality has completely changed after an accident, where they've had a blow to their head or some sort of a whiplash injury, can be super impactful, super helpful in determining the value of a traumatic brain injury case. So traumatic brain injury cases, they're not easy. Again, a lot of insurance companies, defense lawyers, people who make decisions about claims are very skeptical of traumatic brain injury cases. But if you can prove that a client or patient has a traumatic brain injury case, those cases can be lucrative. It just depends on how bad they are. Also, obviously, it's going to depend on what the liability situation is, who is at fault, that kind of thing. But if you have any questions about traumatic brain injury cases, how they're valued or evaluated, and what the value of your case might be, give us a call at 407-254-4901 or visit our website at www.cullen-hemphill.com. If you're looking for other information about personal injury cases, please visit our YouTube channel where we have hundreds of videos answering questions on topics just like this one.